The Lions of Teranga proceeded on with their preparation for the Group B matches on Monday, when they will meet Zimbabwe in Bafoussam in the afternoon. The Senegalese, who are favourite to win the 2021 AFCON, enjoy the services of Liverpool winger Sadio Mane and Chelsea's goalkeeper Edouard Mendy. Mendy, although, might not feature on Monday's game after testing positive of COVID-19. Mendy, together with the captain Kalidou Koulibaly and forward Famara Diédhiou, returned positive results Saturday during required tests 48 hours ahead of the tournament opener. The second Group B matches will feature Guinea versus Malawi later on Monday evening. The two side train Sunday and will meet at Bafoussam Stadium at 5 p.m. local time in Cameroon after the first match. Meanwhile, Morocco continued their preparations for Monday Group C matches, days after arriving in the Central African nation. Morocco will face another African giant, Ghana, in their first Group C match on Monday. Ghana's captain Andre Ayew is optimistic towards the game with Morocco. He promised victory and sees the team going beyond its borders. It is another game, a game to fight for the first place in the group. We will have to be ready. We will have to fight for the first place, a fight against a very, very good team.
It's a very tough competition. We know that people are seen as underdogs. We take it with a lot of determination, hunger to prove that Ghana will never die.
The second Group C game will feature Comoros vs Gabon. Arsenal and Gabon star Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was forced to isolate at the team hotel after also testing positive on Thursday last week.
West African countries will close borders with Mali and impose sweeping economic sanctions in response to Bamako's refusal to hold elections in February. The announcement was made on Sunday at a summit of West African leaders in Ghana. Mali's junta has proposed holding elections in December 2025 instead of next month, as originally agreed.
The authority find the proposed chronogram for a transition totally unacceptable. This chronogram simply means that an illegitimate military transition government will take the Malian people hostage during the next 5 years.
ECOWAS will also freeze Malian state assets held in the bloc's central bank.
First, the withdrawal of ambassadors of all ECOWAS member states in Mali. Second, closure of land and air border between ECOWAS member countries and Mali. Third, suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Mali, with the exception of the following product: essential food product, pharmaceutical product, medical supply and equipment, including material for the control of COVID-19, petroleum product, and electricity. 4, freeze of assets of the Republic of Mali in ECOWAS central banks.
There was no immediate response from Bamako on the new measures. Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo hosted a summit of West African leaders in Accra, at which sweeping sanctions were agreed against Mali. ECOWAS on Sunday announced a trade embargo in response to Bamako's refusal to hold elections in February. Last week, Malian authorities told the bloc that elections meant to complete a transition to civilian rule would only be possible in 2026.
This is the 6th extraordinary summit since I assumed the chair of the authority that Your Excellencies have participated in concerning the vexed issues of Mali and Guinea. It is strong testimony to your leadership and concern for the future of ECOWAS.
On Monday, Mali protested the sanctions and said it was recalling envoys in West African capitals and closing all borders.
The official proposal submitted to me by the transition authorities under the hand of its head, indicated that the transition period should run for 5 years. Subsequently, by letter to me dated 7th January 2022, 2 days ago, the head of the Malian transition stated that the period had now been modified to 4 years.
Mali's junta has been accused by the opposition and civil society groups of seeking to dominate power. Junta leader Kano Assimi Goita staged a second coup last May, further scuttling the country's transition plans. Somali leaders announced on Sunday they had struck a deal to hold repeatedly delayed parliamentary elections by February 25th. The agreement followed days of talks hosted by Prime Minister Hussein Roble with regional leaders to try to defuse a bitter political crisis. Disagreements between Roble and President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo have been blamed for delaying the exercise. Lower house elections will be completed by February 25, 2022. Last February, President Farmajo's mandate expired, further deepening the country's political crisis. AMISOM should reinforce and protect the presidency of Somalia. There are concerns that the squabbling between Roble and Farmajo could erupt into chaos, reversing the gains made by the country against terror group Al-Shabaab.
A leading Sudanese protest group on Sunday rejected a United Nations initiative to hold talks with the military aimed at restoring the country's democratic transition following an October coup. The move suggests Sudan's political deadlocks and relentless street protests are likely to continue, with at least 60 people killed since military takeover. The UN offer Saturdays came a week after embattled Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok resigned, citing a failure to reach compromise between the generals and the pro-democracy movement. The October 25th coup scuttled hopes for a peaceful transition over 2 years after popular uprising forced a military overthrow of long-time ruler Omar al-Bashir.